Eyes got misty when I mentioned Angela. 60 years ago, she started exactly where you did. Worked here for 2 years before she became a teacher. Told me she learned how to take care of people by serving them breakfast. He pulled out a dusty photo album from his desk drawer, page after page of the diner's history. There was Angela at 19, looking so much like me it was startling. There were photos of her and Walter getting married, coming back to celebrate anniversaries, bringing their daughter, even bringing their granddaughter. They came in every year on their anniversary, Mike said. Even after Angela got sick, Walter would order 2 plates of French toast and tell everyone about their first date. Said it was the most important meal of his life. Looking through those photos, I realized something that changed how I saw everything. My job at the diner wasn't just a job. It was part of a story that started decades before me and would continue long after. Every plate I served, every customer, I remembered every extra touch of care. It all mattered more than I knew. That Sunday, I made my usual French toast, extra crispy on the edges. But this time I invited my coworkers from the bank. I told them Walter and Angela's story, about how love can hide in the smallest acts, about how taking care of people never really ends. One of them asked, "Do you ever regret leaving the diner?" I thought about it. No, because now I help people with their money so they can have first dates and 40-year anniversaries and French toast mornings of their own. 6 months later, I got a letter from California. Walter had sent a photo of himself on the beach with his grandkids. On the back, he'd written, "Teaching the next generation how to make French toast. They're getting pretty good at those crispy edges." But there was more. Inside the envelope was another photo. This one showed Walter at a new diner in California. He was behind the counter, wearing an apron. And sitting at the counter was an elderly woman who looked familiar. A post-it note was stuck to this photo. Met Rose at the senior center. She comes in every morning at 7 a.m. for pancakes. Getting ready to ask her to the movies. Wish me luck. Walter. I pinned both photos to my cubicle at the bank. People ask about them all the time. I tell them the truth, that these photos remind me that life moves in circles, that love finds ways to repeat itself, and that kindness breeds more kindness. But what I don't tell them is what happened next. Last month, a young girl came into the bank with her grandmother. While waiting in line, I overheard the girl ask, "Grandma, why do you always order the same thing at breakfast?" The grandmother smiled. "Because the first time your grandfather took me out, I ordered French toast. Every time I eat it, I remember that morning." I looked up from my teller window. The grandmother was Rose, the woman from Walter's photo. When they reached